In spite of its multi-ethnic and cultural setting, the Ilorin Emirate has for long been known for the celebration of only two major Islamic festivals, the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Kabir. Of the two festivals, the Eid al-Kabir or Eid al-Adha is the one that attracts the largest number of Ilorin indigenes home to felicitate with their kids and kins. This festival, popularly referred to as Odun Ileya, apart from bringing Ilorin indigenes at home and in the diaspora, has other side attractions which makes it compelling for them to be desirous of homecoming during the Ileya festival. These include the slaughtering of the sacrificial animals, the scheduling of special family events for the festive period, and the traditional display of the dexterity in horse riding in front of the Emir's palace, popularly referred to as Berinde. Obviously moved by the gradual decline in this age-long culture of the people of the Emirate and the desire to make the Ileya festival more attractive for the Ilorin indigenes and their friends from far and near, His Royal Highness Mai Martaba Sarki Muslumi Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari CFR in 2018 conceived and midwifed the introduction of an annual Durbar festival in the Emirate on the second day of every Eid al-Kabir or Odun Ileya.
By the advice of my very able, enlightened citizens of Ilorin, they decided that they should not allow this thing to die down, and that this must be revived and revived well. And I said to them, we would. Before, I am a protector of customs. Now I'm only not going to protect customs, I'm going to improve on customs. So we are going to do what we call Grand Durbar. And that is what you witness here in Ilorin. This thing came from the heart of the people. It's the people's demand that brought it back. It is not because I want to be seen riding a horse. Like by the grace of God, unless you go and see, you will know what happened. It is the people of Ilorin that actually demanded a go back to Durbar that we used to know. This time around, the one we have just done is unsurpassed by anyone. I think it will go down as unprecedented in the form of enlargement, in form of display, in form of dressing, in form of, in fact, everything, did everything. Those who are not even natives join us. All the Igbo citizens of Ilorin here were all out. They closed their shops and they joined us in merriment. That's what I want to see happening, and that's what actually happened.
The spectacular success recorded at the colorful 2018 Maiden Durbar no doubt provided a solid foundation of proper planning, culminating in improved strategies and the provision of adequate logistics, as well as the required financial support that made for the grand success of this year's Durbar. The committee charged with the responsibility of organizing the Durbar, in its desire to improve on its initial performance, swung into action very early, ensuring that all arrangements were concluded days before the Durbar. To demonstrate its state of preparedness, the committee organized a roadshow in a bid to sensitize the citizens on what to expect on the day of the Durbar. The chairman of the committee and the Dhammasani of Ilorin, Alhaji Sulaiman Yahya Alapansapa, provides an insight into what to expect at the 2019 Durbar.
And our normal ways of doing it is that the area will come out as early as 9 a.m. with his entourage, with all the regalia, with the royalty it entails, with all the people that are supposed to follow the emir, all his baloguns, the Nogajis, the Alangwas, the Daudus, all his Agbobas, the Agbesins, everybody, all the princes, they all follow him. This year, we follow our emir with 250 horses, differently dressed, in the full regalia, in the full cultural awareness and full outing.
As the participants of the roadshow returned to the palace, the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, CFR, is on hand to receive them. As usual, the Eid al-Kabir or Urdun prepares the entire emirate for the annual Durbar, which holds on the next day, ever witnessed at any festival celebration in Ilorin. In tandem with the tradition of Ilorin Emirate, special prayers were offered on each day for the successful and hitch-free hosting of the 2019 Durbar.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما ولد والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي الى صراطك المستقيم وعلى اله وصحبه والكرام العظيم آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت
In furtherance of the determination to ensure a successful outing, hardly had the court crew at dawn on the Durbar day than the organizers started putting final finishing touches on the horses to be used for the much-awaited festival. While some were being washed or cleaned up, others were being adorned with colorful regalia that portray the elegance of the Durbar. Hardly had the day broken than various groups of people from far and near started converging on the forecourt of the Emir's Palace to witness the second edition of the Grand Durbar. In fact, the Emir's Palace recorded an unprecedented large number of gaily dressed and enthusiastic crowd who proudly associated themselves with the annual Durbar celebration. There is no doubt that the whole city was already agog as the entire vicinity of the Emir's Palace and all its adjoining streets were filled with large number of gaily dressed people in festive mood, waiting to catch a glimpse of the Emir of Ilorin as he appears in his gorgeously colorful royal regalia. The sight of the Emir and his entourage, comprising the 4 Baloguns, the Magajiare, the other Magajis, Alanguas, and other traditional chiefs by the mammoth crowd, drew a very large ovation.
Durbar is a showcase where we ride on horses, we go around the town. It's a form of celebration or festival. Usually come once in a year in the royalty. And that is exactly what we are celebrating. That is exactly what our Emir is doing today. The Emir is the symbol of unity, peace, and progress in the Emirate. Symbol of Islam in the Emirates.
The ecstatic cheers continue by both the old and young who herd up the streets as the Emir with his traditional chiefs moved majestically on his royal chariot surrounded by his guards referred to as Dogaris. The majestic city tour, which lasted some few hours, took off from the palace, took through the Agaka area to Adabata Junction, Baboko Surulere up to General Hospital Roundabout. From the General Hospital Roundabout, the royal train moved towards Ibrahim Taiwo Road, linking up Edo and Balogun Fulani junctions on Emir's Road. From the Balogun Fulani Road junction on Emir's Road, the royal train began its homeward journey through Ile-Ife, Isalioja, and back to the forecourt of the Emir's Palace. The epicenter of the festival, where anxious crowd welcomed the Emir and his entourage with tumultuous ovation. The beauty of the royal procession lies not only in the uniformity of the horse movement, but also in the beautifully choreographed dance steps. It is a sight to behold. In fact, the attractive sight of the cheering crowd accompanying the royal train and those who linked up the streets as well as those who mounted various elevations could only be likened to the scene on the plain of Arafat or Muna during the holy pilgrimage in Mecca. Interestingly, for those who remained at venue of the events during the royal procession, there was no single dull moment as various traditional and contemporary musicians were on hand to entertain them with sonorous songs and dances. The various groups and individuals dressed in very colorful attires for the occasion really enjoyed every moment of their stay. Indeed, the 2019 Ilorin Emirate Durbar and its attendant glamour, particularly display of age-long tradition of beautifully adorned horses, exhibition of other cultural activities including traditional music and dances, has no doubt further ignited the spirit of love and brotherliness among the indigents of the Emirates. Apart from pulling an unprecedentedly large number of indigents of the Emirates together, the 2019 Durbar has succeeded in putting Ilorin among the tourist destinations in Nigeria. That explains why the Kwara State Governor, Alhaji Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, in his remark noted that the Ilorin Emirate Durbar has no doubt risen to a world-class standard. The governor, represented by his deputy, Kayode Alabi, pledged government full support for subsequent festivals in order to raise its standard to the desired level.
Let me assure you, Royal Highness, that this administration has tremendous respect for our traditional institutions. We see these institutions as partners in our efforts to relaunch Kwara international reckoning. To that extent, we will continue to support the institution to deliver on their mandate as a custodian of our diverse cultures. In return, we urge the traditional institutions to support our programs in the overall interest of our people and our effort to continue to keep us safe for investment and socio-economic stability.
The joy of the Emir of Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari, knows no bound for the successful outing of the 2019 Durbar.
Inshallah. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Salamun ala al-mursalin.
The chairman of the organizing committee, Engineer Yahya Alapan Sampa, expresses his appreciation for the support and understanding of the people towards the success of the festival.
Foundation,
Several dignitaries at the occasion also comment on the festival.
Durbar is a very colorful event with horses that were well dressed in so many colors, and then even the racing. There we had trumpeters, we had some local musicians, and so on like that. So it was an event that attracted a lot of people because of the fanfare it carries along. If you compare last year's Durbar with this year's Durbar, you will find out that this year's Durbar, we were able to do some little horse racing. Unlike last year, we mobilized so much last year that we had no space. But this year, with the arrangement of the sitting arrangements, and we were able to have a procession route, which made it possible for some of the horses to race to the admiration of the people. I want to assure you that by next year, we will improve on it.
Consider what we had in 2018 when we started. In fact, I want to say that what we receive in terms of patronage compared to what we had this year, the difference is clear. We are unable to raise funds this year, but we give credit to Almighty Allah that those who witnessed what happened last year, they show the community is ready for us. They are absolutely ready for us this year. In fact, those whom we did not even extend letter of invitation to, they came from far and wide. They contributed, they are ready, and they did everything humanly possible that for 2019 Durbar to be a great success. This year was even superb, and I want to say that of 2020, we pray to Almighty Allah that is here alive, give us sound health, grant us that knowledge, grant us that vision, that 2020 will even be better off.
A culture that has been established to the Emirate. Since the Emirate was established in 1823, there had been Durbar in different styles. But what we are doing right now in the Ilorin Emirate, we call it Grand Durbar because it is being internationalized. And we started the Grand Durbar a year ago. You saw what happened in the last Durbar of 2018, where people turned out in large number. We thought that was what we are going to see this year. But what we also is that the population we saw tripled what we had in 2018. Look at the different types of personalities that came all the way from different continents of the world. Talk about Europe, talk about Asia, talk about Africa, Nigeria here, different parts of Nigeria they are here. But if you look at the Durbar that was led by the Emir throughout the routes that were here marked for him, you will see that you cannot even count the number of people that followed him. You know, he led over 700 horses, and come and see 1,000 people on their foot going round with the Emir. So we can see the type of population that we had.
All thanks to Allah, the owner of the day of judgment, the Alpha and Omega, who made that day, second day of Eid Kabir possible, and we were able to do our Durbar successfully with all the plan in place that God made it possible for us. And particularly to His Royal Highness, Mai Martaba Dr. Ibrahim Sulugambari, CFR, who initiated the rebirth and the revival of Durbar celebration. He was so happy with our outing that Alhamdulillah, thank God for his life, thank God for him, and we continue to pray to Allah. We continue to guide his wisdom, his reign, and his palace. To be able to lead us to that path, and for Allah to continue to be with us.
Move near the palace. But today it is well designed that people can sit down under the tent with fan, fresh air, so that we can move freely, as if it wasn't the same venue for last year. So I want to commend the committee in charge of 2019 Durbar for a job well done. As you mention his name, I will say Shehu 3 times. Shehu, Shehu, Shehu. Wallahu Yasimuka Minanos. It's our father. It's our father. It's our father in Kwara State. It's our father in Ilorin. Our father yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We pray that Almighty Allah will give him long, healthy life to witness more of this. Thank you very much to everybody that are present, and to those that I wouldn't be able to make it this year too, that made it last year. I want to thank you very much for coming to make us happy and make our Durbar more interesting than before.
Well, I must first and foremost congratulate the Emir, His Royal Highness, the Emir of Ilorin, for bringing back this cultural heritage our people are known for. It was in his foresight that we were able to relaunch the Durbar last year, precisely this same period. The Durbar, to some of us, is an opportunity for us to exhibit our historical and cultural affinity with the North, and also from part of the Islamic knowledge where we derive most of our cultural heritage from. I think it's a very welcome development that for those of us who are able to add value and to contribute to the success of this Durbar, to please do so, so that those who don't really have an idea of what a Durbar is all about, we have a lot of kids, even colleagues who have never experienced it. It's a very colorful event, very ceremonious, where you see the Emir will have opportunity to have a first-hand interaction sometimes with the subjects of the Emirate. And it also helps to promote sometimes the peculiarity of a people, how they were governed, how they were able to sell and exhibit some of their attributes long before the colonial invasion. So for me, it's a welcome development which we must continue to give the Emir the glory and the honor for bringing this event back in our lifetime.
My view about the program is it's good and entertaining and colorful, because we didn't know much about the culture of Ilorin, that we're from Ilorin, that we didn't know much about it. We saw those that dress in the pure Ilorin attire, those that they are from real indigenous of Ilorin. We saw the way they were dressing. There are a lot of entertainment that is purely Ilorin culture.
Wow, Ilorin Emirates Durbar 2019 was so superb. I love the arrangement. I love the way they practice the old ways of our Ilorin people. I love their way. I love the way they do their cultural thing. I love everything about Ilorin. I love everything about their program. It was so nice and superb. I'm very proud to come from Ilorin.
It came at the time when it's most needed, because our youth or the new generation, appear to be forgetting, our traditions and our heritage. So this Durbar is bringing back all those good memories and giving the youth and the younger ones the opportunity to reflect on the past, as well as now key into what Ilorin is. Culture and Durbar is meant to reflect what used to happen in those days. When our forefathers used to go to war, used to protect their territory, and use the opportunity also probably to expand their domain. So it's a good reflection of what used to happen in those days.
Ilorin Grand Durbar has assumed a multifaceted platform, such that it's an excellent platform to exhibit the real culture of Ilorin and Ilorin people.
The 2019 Ilorin Emirate Durbar has come and gone. However, it has left major indelible marks on the sand of time, particularly as regards rejuvenating the gradually fading cultures of the ancient Islamic city of Sheikh Alimi. It is hoped that more efforts will be injected into the planning and execution of subsequent Durbar celebrations with a view to lifting the festival to greater heights.
Muhammadu